Hello, Assalamualaikum. Today I'm going to present about my final year project. Before that, I'm going to introduce myself. My name is Hazim bin Bahar. My matric number is b051610044 and my title is about a development of conceptual model to integrate human performance and ergonomic component in lean manufacturing, which is I'm going to want to develop a conceptual model that combines between lean manufacturing and ergonomic. Okay, in chapter 1, as a general, lean manufacturing is a methodology to minimizing a waste, while ergonomic is an understanding of the interaction among human and element in the system. So we combine these two to provide ergonomic as one of the lean tool in reducing waste. So we can conclude that if we combine lean manufacturing and ergonomic together, we will find a midway into how to provide a lean tools through ergonomic. In problem segment, we want to highlight three things. First, lean. Many companies adopting or applied lean, but they are struggling, or sometimes we can see a result. Many companies slow in reduction of waste, or there are no reduction at all, because the lean project do not respect the employees and the working environment. Because mostly in SME, or we call a small medium company, do not know how to differentiate the lean and ergonomic as a waste. So if they know to differentiate these two things and combine them, we can see a large of reduction in cost and also in minimizing a waste. So from these three things, we want to propose a new conceptual framework on the consideration of ergonomic factor and lean ergonomic to help in this thing. From the problem statement, we get the main aims, which is to propose a new conceptual framework between ergonomic and lean. And then to get the aim, we propose a three objective. First, to review the current practice about a consideration of ergonomic and implementation of lean, which is we want to study a trend on ergonomic in current lean practice. Then after that, we will propose a new conceptual framework on the consideration ergonomic factor in lean manufacturing. After we create the conceptual framework, we will go to the third objective, which is to get a validation from the expertise for a proposed conceptual framework in ergonomic to get their percent of agree, so we will know the framework can be applied to the real field or not. Okay, now we go to the chapter 2. In chapter 2, we're focusing on lean, ergonomic, and integration between them. Okay, in lean, many companies do not familiar with muda, murah, and muri. What is this three things? Muda is a non-value added activities, or many companies focusing or familiar with 7 types of waste. But there are less attention regarding to murah and muri, which is murah and evenness, and muri overburden. They are also lack in a framework regarding to these three things, and do not much company know about the existing of this framework. In ergonomic, the topic of ergonomic awareness just lately become popular among this year. Before this, the ergonomic awareness topic has lacked among a researcher and also a company, and also there are few framework regarding to this topic, and even the framework is there, but they are be ignored by the top management. Because of this thing, the public people usually do not know about the ergonomic, or also even worse, do not even hear about the words ergonomic. That many people do not realize the potential to integrate between lean and ergonomic. They usually want to reduce a cost and improve quality, but that's just a tip of ice, because there are a lot of things to be reconsidered, such as working environment, health, education, time, and many more. So many companies treat lean and ergonomic in such a different technique or different approach, because they do not see the potential between integration of lean and ergonomic. Now we go to the chapter 3. This is a flow chart in a process to create a conceptual framework between integration of ergonomic and lean manufacturing. A phase 1, which is a review on current practice or ergonomic and lean. Phase 1 is objective 1. To get the first objective, we use literature review, which is focusing on the lean manufacturing, ergonomic and integration between both methodology. Then we have a survey, which is a semi-structured interview. Okay, in this interview, we will study about a company general information and their awareness in understanding or implementation of lean and ergonomic. Then we want to know if they are aware or know about the integration between lean and ergonomic. In phase 2, or we call objective 2, in develop and propose a new conceptual framework. After we generalize and combine between two methods in phase 1, we will construct a new conceptual framework. Then this conceptual framework will go to the phase 3, or we call objective 3, in validate by expert and practitioner. We will use the same methods as the phase 1, which is semi-structured interview, and this interview will be the panel will be validate the conceptual framework, and then there will be review and to find a percentage if they agree with the conceptual framework to use at a real environment or real field. Okay, now we go to the chapter 4, which is result and discussion. Okay, in phase 1, we get a literature review. In this literature review, we have list down a barrier in lean manufacturing implementation, or what is the barrier for the company to implement lean in their company. So we have 15 points here from the literature review, and some of that is a lack communication, lack of implementing to know how, and lack of understanding lean manufacturing concept, and many more. Then we have a survey. Survey is a data collection from 5 different respondents from 5 different companies. In this interview section, we will study about a case study or a problem that has been occurred in their company and how they solve them. So from this case study, we will know how the trend in lean manufacturing, or maybe we will know if there are ergonomic consideration in a lean manufacturing that have been used to solve the problem or case study. Then we go to the phase 2. Phase 2 is a develop and propose a new conceptual framework. This is a conceptual framework that have been built or been created. So in this conceptual framework, we have a large closed loop and 2 different closed loop. Large closed loop is an integration between 3M, murah muri mudah, and also an ergonomic consideration, and also a small closed loop which is 3M, and another small closed loop which is ergonomic consideration in box green and box yellow. First, from muri and murah, we'll create a mudah. Muri is overburden and murah is unevenness. And from a mudah, they will lead to the waste of worker. And then the waste of worker, which is energy and health, will affect the worker performance. From the worker performance will affect the work performance. And the negative effect from low work performance will contribute the root cause of murah. So from this thing, we'll create a closed loop from a 3M and give effect to the ergonomic consideration, which is a worker itself. So this is a closed loop that will be created to find the root cause, or to differentiate and connect between the 3M and also the ergonomic issue. Then from the conceptual framework, we go to the phase 3, which is a validate by expert and practitioner. Okay, in this we use a semi-structured interview. Same goes to the phase 1, but the difference is this interview is to find if the respondent is agree with the conceptual framework or not. We have a 10 expertise or practitioner of lean to validate this conceptual framework. We use a 10 because the more to validate is more accurate. So from this 10 panel, we'll be having an interview session and to have another opinion or the expertise opinion to improve the framework or to comment about the framework itself. Okay. Then from the discussion and from the feedback from the respondent, mostly the respondent is agree that conceptual framework can be used as a reference or general guideline to differentiate between 3M and also ergonomy and how these two connected or affected each other. So mostly the content, the flow, how the framework can be implemented in the company, and also how this contribute to the manufacturing, and how easy the conception framework, mostly the respondent is agree. Then we go to the chapter 5, which is conclusion and recommendation. We have 3 limitations during this FYP. First, the data collection is from 5 manufacturing company, which is maybe not represent the view of lean and ergonomic as a whole in nature. And also they are limited to the analysis is limited to the staff employed directly involved with the implementation effort. And lastly, due to the pandemic of COVID-19, the face-to-face interview cannot be done, and only through call and live streaming. So the misunderstanding during the interview session may occur and affect the result of the invalidation or during the data collection. As a conclusion, this paper review as a general or to open a gate on implementation of lean and ergonomic, including the integration of both methodology. It also can be concluded that the implementation of lean and ergonomic and integration between them can complement each other, and also ergonomic can be integrated with lean to reduce or eliminate lean waste and also ergonomic risk at the same time. As a recommendation, in the future, maybe this conceptual framework can be specific more by using a data collection during a validation is specific to the certain company, certain type of company, such as food industry, semiconductor industry, or many more. And also, the second one is maybe conceptual framework could also be improved by using a practical method in a real industry world and see a result whether this framework can really be used in real industry or real company or not. That's all from me. Thank you to all my panel, Dr. Rahima, Dr. Surati, and Encik Hazman.